Welcome to ICT week 11 Wednesday's class. Okay, so I hope you had a good weekend and most people turned in their homework assignment number 2. I had a couple of questions, but I answered them all. So regarding the homework assignment, so that's that. Something else. This student asked me whether there's actually the viewing the lectures. It doesn't show as 100%. So if you have the problem, most likely you have that there is a makeup session lecture which was that appears at the end of, as I told you, I put it at the end. So you want to take care of this. Now that was for the midterm exam review, as I told you before. And then there's gonna be another makeup session because one was on Wednesday and another one on Friday. So I'll get to that. That's probably on the like a kind of like a emerging technologies. That's what I'm thinking of. Anyway, you have some time to watch that lecture. I haven't made the lecture yet, but I'll get to that. Other than that, we finish on the 14th week this semester. I think 14th week ends at the December, this week right here. So everything gonna be done by this, and then the final exam the following week. So we only have this week is 11th, 12, 13, 14. Actually 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, we have exams probably starting maybe 8th or something, and then probably until this week here. So this is the exam week, which probably starts on I don't know the exam schedule, but probably around this week, the second week of the December. So anyway, we're gonna have one more assignment, as I told you, on Python programming. I'll get it to you, probably give it to you on Friday, if not this weekend. And anyway, we'll do that. Okay, so let's continue from last time. We're doing the Python programming. We looked at the from W3 school site, and we're gonna skip Python. We're gonna skip a lot of stuff, of course, because this is your like a first programming assignment, and the we don't have a lot of time left as far as this course is concerned. But so we're gonna skip a lot of stuff, but we did get to about in the middle about the like a numbers here, and the and we're somewhere around here, strings. We did that, so we'll go through some of these today, and we're gonna skip. This is like the modules, packages, some of the advanced packages. I'll tell you ones that we'll be skipping, so you don't have to worry about some advanced stuff. But we're gonna be doing some other. The Python comes with a lot of packages, and there are additional packages that are available, which is sometimes it's good to use a Windows version instead of like a Segment version, because you can do graphics such as this one here. It'll let you do graphics and that sort of things. So there's a limitation to what we can do. As you can tell, there are a lot of applications that you can do. But we're gonna mostly focus on the basics. Okay, these are all advanced stuff. So anyway, we're gonna focus on the basics. So anyway, we were at let's start with like a data types, and then we'll go from there. As I told you that last time, there are a whole lot of data types, but you don't have to worry about the declaring the data types when you do the Python programming. So you can actually, you don't really have to pay attention too much into details. Only time actually when you do actually worry about the data types is sometimes you need to mix certain data types, or like doing the conversion of data types. Sometimes you need that. Or you can like if you have a particular data type, you can actually for example, you can specifically set a particular data type. So in this example, using a function, various functions, for example, string, integer, it's actually setting the data type to X. So you don't really have to, a lot of times you don't have to actually declare data types, but you can actually make sure the variable has a particular data type if you want. So if you know, sometimes you have to, so in other words, sometimes you have to pay attention to it. Well, a lot of times you have to pay attention to it. So you don't have to know all these data types. In fact, you're probably never going to use these. Okay, in fact, the bytes, probably you're never going to use it. But like a Boolean is true, false, and list. What are the data types? Going back to our data types here, the list, the ones probably never gonna use this, but Boolean, maybe the set, maybe mapping, probably not, but maybe the list, maybe the tuple, maybe the range, integer, float, complex. Probably not much of that, but integer, float, probably, mostly, and the string. So you want to make sure that that you know the data types. Okay. Okay, and then numbers, as we did last time, integer, float, that's probably only ones that you have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about the complex data types, like scientific notations and all that. So I think the integer and integer, and the float is probably for the decimal points. That's probably good enough. And you can, as we discussed, that you can actually set a particular data type, even with a number, And then this casting concept is if you assign it, use a particular, particular variable with a certain data type, that it will automatically do the conversion for you. Okay. And then the strings are kind of important. Of course, other stuff is important, but strings, think about the string, some characteristics of string, the quotation, we talked about the quotations here. If you need to put something in the quotation, then you may want to use 3 quotes. That's interesting, right? 3 quotes. So let's take a look, actually look at this. That's very interesting, right? So instead of 2, you put in the 3. And this long text is actually assigned to A, so you can actually print A. And of course, we can try this segment. There are 2 ways we did the last time. One is get into Python and actually do this interactively. Another thing is save into Nano and then run the script. Python script by Python 3.8 and the name of the program, Python. So that's what we did the last time. Okay. So most times you're not gonna do it interactively unless you want to try it like this one. Okay, you can also use the single quotes here, but you want to make sure you put 3 of them. That's something to remember. And then we talked about array. Now array is important in programming languages. Array is like you store things. So we talked about it. It always starts with the index number of 0. So this one, as we talked about it, will print E because the 0 will be H. Okay. So now you can put not just the strings, but individual, like whatever items into an array, which is not, we are not doing in this example. But in this example, you could actually it will treat the string. A string is, what's a string? String is a series of characters. So what the Python does is a series of characters like this into an array. Okay, so array, actually you could put like multiple, like numbers and other data types in there, or if you do this, you can actually, it will print out the particular, like a string positions, positions of characters, I should say. Now what that means is you can print out the ranges as well, and ranges you can print using this scheme, which is with a comma, with the colon. Using the colon, you can use the method called the slicing. In this example, okay, you can print it out. Of course, there's a loop, thing called the loop, and that's another important concept we'll get to here momentarily, to print out the array. Because array, once the array like this, you can put things stored into memory. Okay, here's a memory, something, you store something, And then you can use the array, loop, to go through all these items in an array and then print it out. If it's empty, it will print out the empty. If it's something taken, it will print out something that's taken. Now you could skip these empty as well, using the if condition, of course, and print out only ones that has certain things stored into the memory. But we'll get to that. Anyway, these are the strings. We said some other strings, concatenating string. We talked about the plus sign, which does string concatenation. Only thing that you have to watch out, as in this example, is that you cannot combine strings with the numbers. In order to do that, you got to use the function called the format to do a little bit of tricky thing. Using braces, you can print out the you can mix the stuff, plus the strings and the numbers. Okay, and then we did that, and then the boolean is true false. That's the type. Something is true, that's true, false. We looked at this is if condition, that to print out if it's greater than, checking the this is if condition, which is over here too. Check whether that's if it's true or false. So boolean is just nothing but true, false. Of course, there's a function called the bool if you want to, that will evaluate and then return true or false. Let's look at the operators. We talked about the arithmetic operator. What it means is it acts on the numbers. Arithmetic operators. That's like a numbers operator. And then, as you can see, these are all the operators, and which you can use, mathematical operators, which most of the times you're probably not gonna have much. Sometimes, like a remainder, you can use a function. Computer science people use this sort of thing a lot. Maybe if we do scientific programming, that type of stuff, most times probably these are good enough. Sometimes exponential function if you need that, and then you can actually, another important thing is you can shorten the operators using dskim instead of these. And we said that last time, the equal sign is an assignment operator, which means the left side receives the value of the right side. So if you're unfamiliar with the program language like this will drive you crazy. What does this mean? This means this whatever x is assigned to, let's say x is assigned to 2, then it will get to 2 and then plus 3, and the new value will become 5. So this equal sign, you really have to understand this, is taking the right side and then assigning it into the left side. So x will have a new value. Okay. So old value was like 2, the new value of the x will be 3. And then there is a comparison operator, which you can compare the things together. For example, if you want to compare x and y, you don't use the just one equal sign, you use two equal sign. Of course, you're a beginner, you're gonna make a lot